Hi, I'm Angie.
I'm Ronda, and we are Adventures in No Madness.
Hey, the last thing you want is to be cold in your RV in the winter, or really any time of year. So we're going to troubleshoot the furnace if you have an issue. Well, it's about 4 degrees out Fahrenheit, and having nothing better to do, we thought we would show you how to troubleshoot your furnace, specifically when it's blowing air but not lighting after 30 seconds. So today we are going to go in here and Angie's going to show you how. But most of the time when we do these kind of videos, you typically see Angie in front of the camera. But today I am going to do this myself, and she's going to show me how. Why? Because we have this thing about when we're traveling to learn, both of us need to learn all of the RV stuff. And because this is a really fundamental maintenance thing, which is to keep the sail switch clean, I want to learn how to do it. So you get to come along on this little mini adventure. Now all you need for tools are a screwdriver with 2 different bits. This is a square bit and the other one's a Phillips. If you have 2 different like real screwdrivers with this type of bit, that'll work. And you might need needle nose pliers or these pointy things, depending on what you call your tools. Oh, brother.
And you don't necessarily have to use this, but sometimes it's hard to get the wires off when we get in here. Now, I'm a little bit timid around tools. Some things I can jump in and do, but especially when it comes to something that has power, I have a tendency not to want to touch it. We have already started this process of making sure we're not plugged in. Well, obviously, we're here by our cabin and not plugged in. And the other thing is you want to flip the switch on your battery inside. So it is already turned off. That's the number 1 step. No power. I don't have to worry about touching something and falling back. Okay, without further ado, Angie, what's my first step?
Okay, honey, first step is to remove these 4 screws with that square bit thing that you have.
Okay.
You should use glasses for this. Righty tighty, lefty loosey.
Yeah, except I won't drop a screw in the snow.
Yeah, that would
then
suck.
It might be next spring before I get it back. We'll see if we can get this off with this ice on here. Okay, so the key here is the reason you think it's the sail switch. If it's running, it's the air comes on and it's running for 30 seconds and then nothing happens and it turns off. If you time it and it's more than that, it's probably not the sail switch. But we're going to show you the sail switch. Sometimes it's a circuit board right here.
or could be some other problem, but today we're focusing on the sail switch, and that's this little piece right here.
All right, what I'm going to have Rhonda do next is pull off 2 wires here. That'll be the first step. So there's this wire here and this wire back in here. So what you just want to do is just pull those wires off that are on.
Are they coming out this way?
No, they're going to go out that way.
That way. I can get my fingers in here. Take my gloves off. There we go. Okay.
Okay, and then the one right behind it. Yep. Double wire.
Angie said use my nail. I think that's a good tip. Okay.
All right. And then you want to do a Phillips screwdriver right there.
Yep, I changed that. The last thing I want to do is use the screw.
Okay, and just very carefully pull that out.
And do not force it. No, I just got to get the wires out of the way. Which direction is it going?
Just very carefully pull it out like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can see there is
Look at all that.
some dirt on there.
Hold it still.
And so if it's clogged and it's not starting, that's because there's enough of this material in here that you don't have, so the air blows, and this has got to have enough movement that it's basically sending a sensor that says, yeah, there's plenty of airflow, go ahead and ignite and have gas flowing. Otherwise, if there's not enough air flowing, you don't want gas to build up and potentially start a fire. So this is a safety thing, and it's a good safety thing, but it's kind of a pain. It's a pain in the butt when it doesn't work.
So for people like us that have dogs, basically the air is sort of recirculating through the fan, and some of that lint is probably a little blitzy and loosey hair. So we knew we had to do this. This is great that Rhonda's taking it on to do it now, because now when we get ready to go in the spring, this is not one thing we have to do. And we're doing this more as a preventative measure, just because we've done enough cold weather camping, and it's nice just to do this occasionally so that we don't have to do it when it's the middle of the night and it goes out.
Yeah, it's cold enough to be doing this in the daytime. I'd hate to be trying to do this at night. We have had this go out on us a few times, and that's why we started doing it as a precautionary thing, just clean it when we can. One thing, if you do need to repair this or replace it, don't throw this whole thing away, because this actually comes off of here. The sail switch itself unscrews. So this is the sail switch piece, and this is reused. I understand that these parts are not that expensive. We haven't gotten as backup, but we need to, just
They've been out of stock.
sometimes they do break, or you can't get all the dirt out, in which case you're going to have to replace it.
All right, I'm going to have you put that back in. You might want to get your hands warmed up though first.
Okay, so this is going to go back in pretty easy. Your wire connections are right here. And this is going to go back up in there. So you got to be careful. What you don't want to do is bend this back.
Nice.
I got these wires out of my way. Now I got to get them back over here.
can use the needle nose if you need to pull it back.
Okay, so there's 2 wires. One is forward and one is the back one. And get this one down here lined up. I'll just, and this is where, I mean, if you have to, you can try to use, if you've got larger fingers, it's a cramped space. Sure, got it on there good. My teacher's going to check my work.
I am. And these look just good. Push that on just a little bit more. Make sure those, you got good connections. Okay, and then put the cover back on.
Well, I was a little afraid to do this because I'm not good with wires, but as you can see, I got in, I got it out, I cleaned it, I put it back in.
Woohoo!
And it didn't take that long, other than we took some breaks to go in and defrost my fingers between shots. So if it's broken up a little bit, that's what happened. Had to get warm. All right, well, don't be afraid to try this. Good luck, and my little tip for the day is, if you can, have a spare sail switch, and don't be afraid to get your hands dirty.
And I might add, if you find this video helpful and you liked how awesome she was, give her a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. See you later.